In this video, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of OnShape. OnShape is a full 3D CAD system which is accessible through the web. Basically, I am at onshape.com, okay, and you can create an account here. You can get a free account. Basically, the way this works is if you have a free account, your work is public. If you pay for an account, you get privacy and more storage. So what I'm demonstrating here is completely free. I'm going to go to sign in, where you set up your account. It's typically based on your email, and then you set your password. Okay, and what I'll do is give you kind of a quick demonstration of this. It is extremely close to Autodesk Inventor in how you create things. It's organized just a little bit differently, but I'm going to go and create a demo. So here's a new document, and I'm going to call this demo. And I'll just show you how this basically works. Okay, as it loads up, incidentally, you can load this on your phone, your iPad. I'm on a desktop computer here. Obviously, for constructing things, the desktop is the preferred method to have a mouse to be able to work on that. Okay, here's our area. Notice you have your work planes. You start on the left, just as you do in Inventor, and you would start off by creating a sketch. Pick the plane that you're going to work on. So now that I have that, here's your navigation cube, very similar. You have tools, lines, rectangles, circles, arcs, polygons, splines, points, okay, text to be able to work from here. So I'm just going to demonstrate an extrusion, and you draw it out, and here's your dimension tool. You can click on it, okay, and say I want 2.5 inches, okay, and maybe make this 1.5 inches, okay. Over here is your three-dimensional views, isometric or whatnot, so I'm going to change that back. I'm going to finish this and then do an extrude. Pick the surface that I want, give it the dimension I like, and then press check, and we've created a shape. If I wanted to do something like put a hole in it, I can click on a face, right-click, and create a new sketch. Okay, once I have my new sketch, I can do as you'd expect. Notice I can track on centers. Okay, drop a hole in here, finish my sketch, or I can jump straight into extrude. It's picked my last thing. If I want to subtract, I can do remove, and right now it's blind. If you want to say through all, it'll look at whatever thickness is needed when I do check. Now if you look, okay, it is completely basically a through hole working from there. You have, in addition to extrude, you have revolves, you have sweeps, you have lofts, offsets. For features, you have fillets, chamfers, okay, drafts. You can put in ribs, shelling, okay, holes. A lot of what you'd be used to in Inventor, it's already here. Works pretty much the same way as you're doing that. For example, here I can click and put on a fillet. If I want to do a chamfer, right, I can click this edge, that edge. Okay, go from there. So I've chamfered to be able to do that. Now, what is a little bit different here is that a document actually contains multiple parts. So I created this part here to be able to do that. Matter of fact, on the top, let me go, and I'm going to create a small hole in here. Here's a new sketch, top view, and I'm going to put in a 1/4 inch diameter hole here. So let me put a dimension on that. Make this a 1/4 inch, 0.25. Okay. Finish this sketch. Extrude. I'm going to remove through all. Okay, so we'll have a hole that we can put something like a rivet in. This is a part here. If I want to change it from its default, I can rename it, and I can call this block with 2 holes. Okay, so the part's been changed. Once I've created the part, I can click on this little eye and hide it. Okay, now it's disappeared. Now I can make another part in here. So for example, I'm going to do a sketch over here just to demonstrate working on a revolve. Create a shape here. Go isometric, and I'll finish the sketch. Use the revolve command. Here's my profile. Then hit the revolve axis. There it is. Maybe I'll call this part now rivet. Okay, so I now have the rivet part here as we're working from that. Okay, to be able to make an assembly, you have your part library, which is down here. Here's the assembly tab at the bottom. Okay, that may be off. I've switched that. But using insert looks at the documents you have. So I'm going to click on this hole, then click. Okay, and if I want to rivet, I click on my rivet, come over here, click, press the green check mark, okay, and those parts are in. I can right click on a part and fix it, okay, and if I want to do something such as an insert, this is a fasten mate, which sort of like works like an insert. I click here, and hit solve. Check, there we are. Okay, this part has been put in. You have, in addition to this fasten mate, you have a revolve mate, basically putting inside of a cylinder. You have sliding. You have planars. That's the mate and flush commands. You have a cylindrical mate, pin mates, spherical mates, parallel mates, tangents. Okay, so a lot of what you're used to in Inventor is already here. Just to be able to go, and incidentally, there is no save. To scroll, all I'm doing is using the thumb wheel on the middle wheel on the mouse. If I hold down the right mouse button, I can also change my viewing orientation. I can come up here, use the left to be able to go and rotate things around as well. So, okay, move stuff any way I like. Use the navigation cube as well to be able to do this. Just to show you some of the things that have been done, this is the model train. Okay, so I kind of figured if the model train could be done in OnShape, it pretty much covers about the most demanding capabilities of Inventor as far as what we've done. Here are all the parts. Incidentally, I can right click and say hide all parts. So as I'm working in my part studio, I click on the other tab over here, and here is my assembled train, okay, putting it in here. So as you can see, okay, we can go ahead and, zoom in on it. It's pretty much everything that we have done, okay, in the train example. So very, very cool program to be able to do this online. Incidentally, if I go back to my parts, if I need, for example, I needed to be able to go and save a particular part, I can go down here. I'm going to turn a part on. Maybe I need this. I want to 3D print it. All I need to do is right click on it and hit export, and now I have, for example, I need an STL file. Here it is. Indicate what units you want it to write in, what resolution, and it will download that file for you to be able to work from there. So this is OnShape, and if you're used to Inventor, it really takes not much time at all. They have videos to help support you on this as well. So that concludes this video on using OnShape Web CAD.